every day, more and more people get suspicious, and rightfully so. Is GTA 6 even a real thing? Does it even exist? And the best part, the more you think about this, the more sense it starts to make. Think about it this way: the pre orders are already up, and yet, somehow, we have not seen a single second of actual gameplay. Yes, we have trailer 1, trailer 2, and at some point we're gonna have trailer 3, but all the things that you see and some people claim is gameplay is not gameplay at all. It is pre rendered engine stuff. AKA, it's just a giant movie that they made with that engine. That in no way represents the actual game. So, currently, the pre orders are up. The game is a little bit more than 100 days away from release, and we have yet to see a single slice, a single real screenshot from the whole game. And needless to say, this is gonna be the next big thing. This is gonna be something completely new, an experience more vast and grand than anything anyone has ever seen before. The NPCs, the immersion, the everything, the lighting, the graphics. And we're gonna play that on a PlayStation or Xbox? Are we for real? You're telling me an Xbox that struggles to launch almost 100% of AAA games at 60 FPS, and same with PlayStation, obviously, is gonna somehow be able to actually, without problems, run the future of gaming? That's crazy. That's crazy, considering these consoles are struggling with 10-year-old titles at this point. Wow. Most PCs would probably struggle with GTA 6, honestly. But you're telling me that the old console generation is gonna be able to do it on 60 FPS? No. And a lot of people are noticing this, but that this doesn't really make sense. And now we have a lot of information about this. A lot of people are speculating it. A lot of actually very credible people, in fact. GTA 6 could skip 60 FPS entirely, as Rockstar in insane details may force a 30 FPS lock even on PS5 Pro. I don't know why they say even on PS5 Pro, because yes, while it's better than Xbox and it's better than the baseline PS, it's still a console. So it's not really good. It's still behind every PC in the world by 5 years. It looks much more looks much more likely that GTA 6 will ship with a 30 FPS or 40 FPS mode on PS5 than a 60 FPS option. And if this is real, which it more and more looks like this situation is real, and there's, by the way, a bunch of other things that we're going to be talking about, not just that consoles are bad. We already know that, right? But there's more stuff to this. Imagine GTA 6 comes out and you get the console pleb 30 FPS experience and there's still dips. There's 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 less crowds, there's less this, there's less that, there's less textures, because everyone at this point knows that you absolutely need to cut things out from the game, from the experience, from the immersion, from the world to actually make it run on consoles. Like, this is undisputable. Now, granted, there are people who are insane and try to dispute this. And they're trying to dispute the Digital Foundry claims. Digital Foundry strikes again. Hundreds of articles are being written yet again because Digital Foundry doubts PS5 Pro will be able to run GTA 6 at 60 FPS. Well, yeah, everyone obviously doubts that, because these consoles can't run most AAA games already from even 5 to 10 years ago on 60 FPS. So, why would they be able to run the next big thing that's supposed to be bigger, grander? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, there is obviously the argument that Rockstar tried really hard to code it correct. Shut up. Everyone knows that that's a pipe dream. Well, I'm not buying it. If Series S can run it at 30 FPS, well, here's a breakdown. You see, the thing is, I don't know a lot about tech, but even I, someone who unironically believes that modern day computers are literally black wizardry, understands the fact that for different consoles, they can downscale different things. That's why you have the PlayStation version of the game. That's why you have the Xbox version of the game. That's why you have the uncorrupted true version of the game called Computer. And the fact that Series S can run it on 30 FPS does not in any way mean that PlayStation can do the same or that it can actually run it more. It's just about optimization for a specific platform. That's literally it. Now, granted, that PlayStation is doing a lot of marketing currently saying, PlayStation 5, brain damage. I mean, the best place to play BTA. Come and get it while it's hot. Yeah, garbage. And anyway, here's the breakdown. The PS5 Pro is roughly 4 times stronger in raw GPU performance. I'm pretty sure computers don't just consist of GPUs. Now, granted, I don't know what else they have in there, but they probably don't just consist of GPUs. Then the Xbox Series S, as the Pro boasts 16.7 teraflops GPU compared to the 4.17 teraflops GPU, blah blah blah. The CPU architecture is similar. Zen 2 should not be a factor as the PS5 Pro feels generations ahead of what the Series S can do. I don't even understand this sentence, but it sounds like whatever Zen 2 is, that's actually a part of the Xbox, and it's better than the PlayStation one. But that's not a problem magically. All of this is just gunk. Okay, listen. If someone like me, who is literally the most uneducated person in the room as we are watching this, understands that this is fucking stupid, then there is no chance that anyone who actually understands things is gonna claim anything different, okay? There's just no world where that's true. And people have slowly started looking at a lot of things. For example, there are some insane discrepancies when it actually comes to the GTA 6 marketing. This is what we saw in trailer 2. Yes, look at Jason. You can see how tan he is. You can see a little bit of that Snickers vein action going on in his arm. You can see a lot. You can see the sweat glistening, and you can see individual hair follicles and whatnot. Okay, literally slightly worse than Horizon Zero Dawn's main character's facial hair. Okay, and that's a woman. But in any case, here we now see the new screenshots from 2026 that are supposed to also be from the game, which actually does seem a little bit more likely. And you can see that the difference is kind of night and day, honestly. You can definitely see easily that this is way better than this. And I mean, any part, pick any part. You look at the arm, it's totally worse. This is so much worse. Pick the hair, look at this. You can see specific hair strands. Here, no. This is like, you know, your GTA 5 shit, but a slightly better, I guess. And then the diabolic part, if you actually look at this arm, like, look at this. What in God's name is this? What have you done? Yeah. So if we actually do have anything from in-game, this is probably the closest we actually have. Maybe, I don't even know if this is real. Maybe not, probably not. But, you know, even this is a huge downgrade from what we actually have seen from the trailers. Then we have this. Then we have the people obviously defending this. People defended the price point. People defended the paywall. Of course, some idiot is literally going to say 30 FPS is the best quality for the human experience. People don't see more than 30 frames per second anyway. The eye doesn't see it. How did that ever become a thing, by the way? How did that slop opinion ever become, by the way, popular? I don't know. In any case, why 30 FPS probably isn't as bad as many people think. A lot of people act like 30 FPS automatically means a game will feel terrible, because it does. There is a massive difference between 30 FPS and 60 FPS, but that's not always true. A great example is RDR2 on PlayStation 5. Even though it's still locked to 30 FPS, it's one of the smoothest feeling 30 FPS experiences available. Yeah, I mean, again, PlayStation 5 could not run RDR, a 10 plus year old. No, wait, it's not 10 plus. Whatever. It's pretty old. It's pretty old. Can't run that game properly. But again, now it's supposed to run something 3 times as beefy and as good. Thanks to excellent frame pacing. I don't even know if that's a real word. A well implemented motion blur. Motion blur is horrible. Anyone who defends motion blur deserves the guillotine. And Rockstar's animation quality, the game still feels remarkably fluid. Now, about the animation quality, that is true. Good animations do save FPS, but that is not an excuse to not actually have 60 frames per second. This is diabolical. Some players tweak settings like disable HDR or running a console at 2, whatever this is, to improve the experience even further. But overall, RDR proves that well optimized, blah blah blah. So effectively, this is just someone found the back end of Rockstar, and now they're trying really hard to make it clean. That's what's happening here. Also, a little bit food for thought in case you haven't thought about this. I surely didn't. So here's a fun fact: it took 196 days for GTA Vice City to come to the PC. It took 210 days for GTA 3 to do the same. It took 375 days. That's I'm pretty sure more days than there is in a year for RDR2 to do the same thing. So how long will it unironically take GTA 6 to come to PC? A decade maybe? Who honestly knows? There is this, a Rockstar, there's also this, which is probably the funniest thing in the world, and it's the fact that the Rockstar employees are claiming to be attempting to unionize before the launch of GTA 6. Fire them all! Get rid of them! Get rid of the trash! Show them what's what, Rockstar! Kick them out! Put them on the streets, because that's where they belong. Unionization is for the weak. Remember, boys, if you ever want to grow in your career, never join a union. A union automatically means that you are never gonna be getting an actual real promotion. It's not happening. Unions are for the weak, or the people heading the unions that spend all of that union money on going to luxurious places, to fucking museums and shit. Literally, I have seen them do that, by the way, on a private level. Pretty funny. And needless to say, considering this is how big GTA 6 is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Also, something that no one's talking about is the fact that not only are the current slop generation consoles supposed to run something this big, which is roughly 4 times the size of GTA 5, or 5 times arguably. I don't know. It's a lot of times bigger. Not only are the consoles supposed to run something as big as this, but think about it. What is the actual average disk space for a console that people currently have? Is it even a terabyte? I don't know. I have no idea what is the average disk space for a console, but GTA 6 is going to be like, your 500, 700 megabytes, not megabytes, but gigabytes, or whatever the measurement unit is for games and shit. It's going to be massive. So if you are on a console, you pretty much need a separate console to just run GTA, because you're not going to have any room for anything else. And if you want anything else, we already know that the PlayStation 5 8 terabyte disk space attachment thing is $3,000. $3,000. No, I'm not kidding, sadly. So, yeah. GTA 6 is cooked. It's not even real, bro. Anyway, have a nice, like the video right now. Takes less than a second. I appreciate everyone who does. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye bye.